Okay, so we sprayed the black on the guitar. And make sure the stupid camera's working. Yeah, it's getting it. Thank God. Apologies again for having messed up the peel before, but at least we get this peel. So, you know, this Balance dries stupid quick. Alright, so now we just go and start taking off this blue tape. Really nothing else to do. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it comes off a little quicker than it goes on, I'll tell you that. The paint's still easy to damage though right now, so be careful with it. But really any damage you do to it probably doesn't matter because it's all going to get relicked anyway. So you're just saving yourself some work maybe if you damage some things. Okay. Peeling the blue. So yeah, some exciting possible developments with the monkeys, but we'll see how all that goes. Got to keep this under my hat until such time as I'm permitted to reveal it, but when it does, if it does go down, we'll do a video for that. Very suspenseful. Right? Top secret. Getting close. Getting all the blue crap off. I'm sure people have an easier way of doing this. I don't. Not of removing the tape, rather, but of actually protecting the parts of the guitar that you don't want to get touched by the black paint. But this works. Okay. So that's all the heavy mask off the guitar. Got a big giant paint blob. I mean, that was almost a good thing. Had a razor blade stuck in that. That would have felt good. Anyway, it did nick me a little bit, but who cares? Let's go ahead and peel this green tape to get the reveal of the... Plus, I'm pretty sure most of Eddie's guitars probably had blood on them anyway. God only knows what the hell was going on. But it always seemed like you found specks of blood. And where was that Norm video Norm's rare guitars where Driesel bought in that Rasta guitar, and he said it had dried up puke on it. Oh god. That's some funny shit. A little bit of bleed under. Nothing bad. And the other thing too is that'll probably all go as we relic the guitar. As it's just a little bit here and there. It can be scraped. It can be sanded away. There's a lot of ways of disposing of that little bleed if it bothers you. And we'll see. The good thing about these guitars is really it doesn't matter too much what happens to them. It just ends up looking better. You know, if this was like, you know, a guitar that you were trying to do a graphic on and you had bleed underneath it, well, that's a different story, right? You don't want your graphic all messed up looking. Like if you were doing like well, Greg did a guitar for Brad for Aerosmith for that Vegas run. That was a sort of a remake of a Charvel that Brad had back in the 80s, which was a Charvel with a flag on it, the rising sun on it, as well as some Japanese characters that actually turned out to say "Wind God." The Wind God. So, and what he did for that, instead of you know, going through the trouble of, I guess, because they had the idea, I guess while they were rehearsing, so there wasn't a whole lot of time to contact Charvel and get a guitar made. So what they did, what Greg had the idea to do, was to order a white Charvel San Dimas from the factory, so they could get that out to him really quick. And then he and JD, who's the drum tech, who actually has been playing drums with Aerosmith for a while now, since Joey hurt himself. JD's a really good drummer. So JD was keeping down the beat. And JD helped him out with designing the graphic, and they used a vinyl cutter and cut out that there was like a sun here, and then there was like some Japanese characters, and that was all vinyl that they applied to the white guitar, and it looked really good. But if you wanted to do it paint-wise, I guess you would start with a red and black. Start off with a black guitar, and then put down the sun, or put down the characters, then spray it red when you have the sun down, and then spray the whole thing white, and then peel it all off, and you would have what you wanted, and you wouldn't want any of that bleed, I guess was the point of that story. Anyway, I digress. So here we have sort of the guitar in its state as it sits. The next step is going to be to put on this guy, right? The Decal. And this is from the Van Halen store. And it is perfect. And it goes somewhere around here, of course, with the 0 up a little higher. So you got to kind of cut it here and then move it up a little bit. And then we're going to use the projector and lay it down so that this is exactly where it should be. But we're going to let this dry now, probably for a couple of days. And then we might do a little bit of a polish before we apply the decal, so that we get it to the level of luster that we want it to be at, which won't take much. It's a little bit flatter than I would like, but not much. We just basically would use maybe some compound and just compound the guitar out, and I think we would get the kind of sheen that we're looking for. So I'm going to go and hang this up to dry, and it'll sit for a while, and until next time, I'll see you then.